Now then, everybody, how we doing? Good to see you all. If anyone's turned up, this was a last minute thing. I was toying with doing the JFK tonight, but it is a massive, vast job that is going to take months to go through. So I'll do a few little takeaways of it to talk about tomorrow night. But the JFK files are huge, guys. They are huge. So we'll have a quick look tomorrow and we'll discuss them. If there's any major, if we can spot anything big in there. There's a few things I do want to talk about with it, but to get finished through it, even the people that just cover this stuff, they haven't even finished it. They're using AI to do it, and I don't want to use AI, you know. So tonight, I just wanted to jump on and have a quick chat about that. I did say I was going to do this, a quick chat about that astronaut landing last night, because I still can't get it out of my head. So I'm just having a cuppa. We'll just wait for some more people to come in. It's just a nice chilled out, quick chat. There's no, I'm not going to be on for long because I've got stuff to do. And it's not going to be a long one, and it's not going to be, you know, I haven't got anything set up ready to go or anything like that. I just want to talk about that last night, because that was, to me, it was ludicrous. Like, I don't pay much attention to space stuff, so I knew that there was this SpaceX thing, but I didn't know when it was going to land or anything like that. And I was just sat there, and the news was on in the background on GB News, and I looked round, and all I seen was this thing bobbing up and down. I was like, why are they showing part of a film on GB News? It didn't even compute that they were trying to make it real. I'm just drinking my tea. Right, so hello, Rach. You won a membership, my love. Hi, everyone. Hi, Linda. Hi, Lee. So tonight's just a quick one, guys. We're not going to cover the JFK. Is just it's huge, as they would say from Rowley Regis. Right, we've got Amethyst, Linda, Lucy, Julius. Scared. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. You did, Rachel. Lee, Rachel. Right. Brum Vixen's here. Hello, my love. Welcoming everybody. Hoppers is here. Lovely Jubbly. Grumpy. Grumpy? I say Grumpy. So you got to watch this, guys. We're gonna watch this thing coming, right? And some of the way that this is just my opinion, right? So I'm not saying that this is, I'm not saying that I'm right, okay? I don't know if I'm right. I'm giving my opinion. Hi, Belinda. And that's what a lot of people struggle with these days. They think that if you say something, if you give your opinion, and they think that you're wrong and they're right, well, we're going to have a big fight about it. Look, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. So I'm going to give my opinion. Okay, right. Hi, David. Drinking my tea. Hi, Alan Edge. Guess what, Alan Edge? I've been researching crop circles. You'd be glad to know. Guys, it's an informal chat. It's not an actual show tonight. It's just a quick chat. So let me just get into the live stream. Robin Williams is still alive. I've heard that before, but I don't know. I think things are yeah, I don't know. My brain hurts just trying to like discuss something that we just don't know, do we? Right, let me just get into the live stream and then I'll get this up. Interesting. So I've just logged in, no notification. Let me just get into the Curious Bunny account. I've noticed that they're not putting the little live emblem on my avatar either, which is frustrating. Anyway, we'll move on. 15 likes, hit the like button, guys. It's just a quick chat. It's nothing formal tonight. Robin Williams is creepy. Yeah, I don't know about Noddy Holder. He's a legend, though, isn't he? He's a legend in our parts. Can you hear me okay as well? How's the audio, guys? Let me know. Let me just get into the microphone. Yeah, they're saying that we're okay. Quick test. So this was this thing flying in. Now, I didn't see this bit, right? Because I wasn't like paying attention at this point. So I've had to flick back. Thank you, Luce. I've had to flick back through and like have a look at this to where they landed. I've got itchy back. Hang on. So it's insanity. I'm going to take the comments down so we can see the screen. I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, so it's on full screen. Now let's, Gizmo, stop sleeping. Let's get this up. Right. Okay, so GB News showed it yesterday. So I'm just gone to their channel. The bit without the talking over it. So this was this little tin can. All right. So before that, we had all the build up. So we had
in Kazakhstan.
We had the full NASA experience, as you can see here. So re-entry and splashdown they were talking about. So just to show you, this is the official NASA feed. Okay. Tells you who are coming back.
Starliner and now Dragon. Previously, she served on Expedition 14 and 15 in 2006 and 2006.
So these people,
Capsule,
these are supposed to be.
Of course, we want to see
where
more.
are they now? They're supposed to be. Yeah, there we go.
Who is on the left-hand side of your screen there? And mission specialist Alexander.
Let's have a quick listen to these. Are supposed to be in that tin can. All right. So let's just listen for this for a moment while I drink my tea.
Orbanov there on the right.
That's right, Kate. And the next major milestone that we're looking ahead towards this afternoon is claw separation. We're targeting that claw separation at 2:05 p.m. Pacific time this afternoon, so less than 10 minutes.
Is that supposed to be a real person, folks? Is he asleep? To me, this is not real. These are either dummies or what, I don't know. Let's keep going.
Minutes from now, continuing to get some views inside Dragon Freedom. To the far left there is NASA astronaut Butch Wilmore. And
watch this one's hands. It's robotic movements.
You can see the crew is suited up in their space suits. They are suited up in what we call dynamic phases of flight. So when they launch, when they dock, when they undock, when they return back for splashdown. We might hear some call outs on the loops about putting their visors down. That will happen just prior to deorbit burn. And you'll hear us pause when some of those communications happen. That's because we want to make sure that we are relaying the best information to you all and so that you hear it as well. So if you do hear us pause, that is what we're doing. You also see they have their on there, and I know the gloves are pretty unique on the Dragon spacesuits, right? They're custom created.
Yes, the spacesuits overall is custom fit for each.
Oh, the green screen's broken. Some places use a blue screen now. The green screen or blue screen that they're using is broken. What's going on? Hi, DJ Rotford. Hi, Yvonne, my love. Did you see the finger movements?
Astronaut.
Again, you guys can disagree with me. I'm not saying that I'm right, okay? I don't know if I'm right or not. I'm giving you my opinion. This is lunacy, and people are still believing this shit. Now, what people are going to know, why would they lie? That is a whole new show, right? I'm just talking about this. This is insanity. Timmy's Pipco. You agree as well. This is the blue screen because they use blue screens now. This is failing. Look, what
these gloves enable usage of the touchscreen panels that they have.
Careful, guys. You might have epilepsy. It's making my eyes go funny. So there they all are in their little, you know, when you see them in the movies like Armageddon and that. So let's go on to, let's watch them come down on a parachute. Hold on. Here we go.
to one of 8 targeted sites supported by SpaceX and NASA.
Splashdown.
All of these sites are located off the coast of Florida, either in the Gulf of America or the Atlantic Ocean. Spreading the supported sites across multiple locations helps maximize the return opportunities for this mission and future crews, lowering the chance that we'll have to wave off due to bad weather. For those of you following along, you'll know that today's splashdown marks our final Dragon recovery on the East Coast. After 6 great years of successful recovery operations off the East Coast, we'll be moving.
Do you watch UNN, Timmy? Timmy's Pitcoat. You're not Timmy. Hi, Jules. I've been with them from day one. I don't watch them that much now. I don't really like DLive, but when they first started on YouTube, I was with them in the early days when there was only 10 people watching. I didn't know he'd covered this. You see, the thing is with David Clues, he's woken up now. But when I first knew him, he didn't believe in all this shit. And I remember going on his show when he had about 200 subscribers on YouTube. And I said about the egg stain. They can't say the word because they don't like it. And I talked about the egg stain thing. And egg stain hadn't been arrested and charged yet and killed. 2019 it was. And he didn't believe me. He said that's just a conspiracy. And then over the next few months, he got arrested and then he got bumped off. And I remember David giving me a half apology for David and saying, you were right, actually. And then I started saying there's a lot of stuff that you got to open your eyes to. And in the last 5 years, he's now probably gone more than me now. Some of the things that he says, I'm not sure whether they're real. But he's a nice guy. Send me up there, said David Edwards. Bugger off. Yeah, happy hump day. Hi, Lynn. So let's just listen to this a little bit more while I finish my cuppa. He is fully red pill now.
All Dragon recovery.
But there's a couple of things that I think he should pull back on a little bit, because what's happening is he's losing his normies. And that is that we've got to find the sweet spot of going too far, and then people will then think you're a lunatic. Do you know what I mean? The Van Allen belt has weak areas. I don't agree with that. I think that's bollocks, personally.
Operations back to the West Coast.
And as always, NASA and SpaceX jointly select our splashdown location. And for today, the prime recovery site is off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. The selection process works with a lot of different variables, including the space station's orbital trajectory or path that it follows, what landing sites are available, and how favorable weather, how much free flight capability Dragon has for the trip home, and the sleep schedules for the returning crew members, as well as, of course, the big one, the weather.
We'll start with calculating daily return options based off of the space station's current orbit and Dragon's capabilities to maneuver and line up for re-entry. The time from undock to landing at the primary site can vary from less than 6 hours to more than 39. Getting home the quickest comes with some obvious benefits, but we always have to make sure the crew is properly rested for dynamic operations, preventing us from scheduling 20-plus hour days for them, of course. Trajectory and ballistic...
So this what we're looking at. Do you need a wee go and tell? I've told Daddy, but I don't know if he's seen my message. Oh, he's seen it. Daddy, if you're watching... George wants to loo. So this, what we're looking at now, right, is supposed to be this tin can that we're going to see in a moment, okay? So just keep watching.
Ballistic experts provide the
daily now, so we'll move on slightly, okay? Now they're getting very excited. Now I want to find the bit when they're landing. So this is supposed to be
for the team themselves to do their work in daytime than at nighttime. We'll see.
Thanks, babe. Right, so these are all the astronauts, actors. Right, here we go. So let's just see this bit now. Are you ready, guys? Are you excited for this?
Plasma formation around the spacecraft itself. During this time,
Now, they've even got a little emblem of the little tin can that looks like a Dalek. And they're saying it's a communications blackout. Hi, Peaky. How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, thanks, Timmy's Pitcoat. I didn't know that Sunny was. I thought I've missed something. This is the thing when I read the chat and I miss stuff. I think the hedgehogs are there. Hang on a minute. We've got a hedgehog problem, guys. George has gone out and the hedgehogs are in the garden. There's thousands of them again. We've only they've been awake for a few weeks. We had one, then we had two, and now there's another one, at least three, but it's hard to tell the difference. We've got one with blonde patches on its back. I don't know whether it's natural or whether it's someone has sprayed it or something. It came last year. I think it's got some sort of problem with it. I don't know. I don't think someone's done that to it, but there's a load of hedgehogs outside.
No vehicle.
It's like Penny's party garden out there. Hi, Rach. Word's getting around, folks. We had 7 last summer hedgehogs in our garden.
Telemetry is received by mission control or the recovery team, and no external commanding of the vehicle.
DJ Rockford, hi Hawkeye, says the communication blackout is because they're coming through, I don't know, something,
or voice
the atmosphere, if you believe in that. Hedgehog pie. Oh, don't tell Malibu that. She says I put them in the freezer. She just makes things up in her head and believes them. She's absolutely nuts.
Is possible. But as a reminder, Dragon is designed to fly itself. During re-entry, the vehicle will be slowing down from orbital velocity, which is approximately 17,500 miles per hour. The top temperature that Dragon will experience upon re-entry is 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit. This blackout period, as I said before, we expect it to last about 7 minutes.
That's why we don't let them go by them, but they are treated and stuff. They're due actually. They're due the next one.
We right there have our first.
Right, here we go, guys. So this, by the way, I couldn't stream last night. I'm going to leave the volume lower so I can talk.
And
did he have a wee wee?
I
couldn't stream last night because I didn't get back till quite late. And when I first seen this, I was too tired, guys. I was knackered. Otherwise, I would have jumped on last night and done it live.
It is dark, but it is indeed daytime, and
you
you're beginning to see that plasma trail as Dragon re-enters the Earth's atmosphere.
So Dragon is the code name.
We are
so
anticipating an
here we go, folks.
Around
So this was all happening live last night.
So just minutes from now, and you may hear the Corps begin to hail out or call Dragon for communications and see if we can potentially get communications with them a little bit earlier. Following this, we'll have 2 events in rapid succession. We'll have the drogue parachutes deploy at 2:53 p.m. Pacific, followed by the mains just 1 minute later at 2:54 p.m. Pacific time.
By the front door.
Splashdown at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time.
So you had to walk over them to go
Tallahassee, Florida.
Next to them, right, and it kind of made them freeze.
Yeah.
And I was like, and that kind of blocked George's view of them as well. So like George did his thing.
Pretty incredible views of the Dragon spacecraft making its way home back to planet Earth with the Crew 9 astronauts on board. Once again, this view is coming from the WB-57 plane. That heat shield we can see doing magnificent.
So this is it supposed to be coming in.
To
Freedom, SpaceX, Comcheck.
Hi, Tone Dial. Yeah, I think there was water. I don't think it was that, what we see.
Crew operations resource engineer.
SpaceX, Freedom is with you. 4.16. Enjoying the ride.
Copy that, Freedom.
Great news there from Commander Nick Hague reporting back.
We see a healthy flight computer. Expect automated chute deployment.
Hi, Julius. Good luck, bud. Good luck. You got this, mate. You got this.
Like we said before, things moving very quickly as Dragon Freedom makes its way home. Next event coming up will be deployment of the drogue parachutes. This occurs around 18,000 feet.
GPS has converged. Expect nominal altitude for drogue chute deployment.
Who's filming this, by the way?
We're about 2 minutes away from deployment of those drogue parachutes. Now the heat shield is continuing to work to slow the vehicle down. That entry period, the Dragon spacecraft went from orbital velocity about 17,500 miles per hour down to about 350 miles per hour. So it really gives you a sense of why that plasma builds up on the exterior of the capsule, thanks to the heat shield and the work that it does. Those drogue parachutes will slow it down from 350 to
here we go.
about 119 miles per hour. We can see
15 kilometers. Brace for drogue.
Right, so these are the people, okay, apparently, whether they're real dummies, we're going to watch them now. We'll see how they react. So they're supposed to be traveling at 17,000 miles? I don't know. Well, let's put this into perspective, right? The Earth is only supposed to be traveling at 1,000, and I think it's 1,039 miles an hour. You're just putting that out there, okay? Good boy, George. Oh, having some nooks.
Drogue window.
Cute, that dog. Both are.
we can see seat rotation happening inside
Right,
the
who's
capsule.
filming
Great to
this
get those
now,
first
then?
views of our crew members.
Up next, drogues deploy. I don't know what that
Once again,
means.
the capsules
They
are going
do,
about
they look real, do they?
350
Look
miles per
asleep.
hour when the drogues are deployed. Those drogue parachutes that we manufacture here in-house are going to slow the spacecraft.
All I ask, guys, is if you have an open mind when it comes to this shit, right? That's all I'm saying. Some people believe this. My other half, my husband, believes in all this stuff. He believes she went to the moon and everything, but that's up to him. That everybody is entitled to their own opinion on everything, okay? My personal opinion is that we didn't. And I think we've never done a show on the moon landings either, so that might be good. But our next show, apart from the JFK files, will be crop circles for Alan Edge, and I have been researching them. So yeah, let's not forget that the Earth is apparently traveling at 1,000. I think it's 1,038 or 39 miles per hour from the center, right? So this is supposed to be going at 17 times the Earth speed. Just saying.
Craft down to 119 miles per hour. And that is when we will see the main parachutes
So
deploy,
they're in that little
and that
tin
occurs about
can.
6,000 feet.
I'm going to turn this
above.
voice down so I can talk and you can hear me. So that little tin can, okay. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Does anybody remember when we had Game Vet on many years ago and he's seen? Do you remember when Game Vet said that he's seen like a Dalek type thing, an alien in the sky, and it landed and followed him? Do you remember that? Well, this reminds me of that.
Of Crew 9 inside.
Here we
Dragon
go,
Freedom
folks.
as it
This was
returns
live
back to
last
Earth.
night.
We are awaiting the drogue deploys. This view coming from the WB-57 high altitude plane, and there you see it on your screen. Drogue deployment.
Drogue descent rate nominal.
You can hear the crowd here.
Visual on 2 healthy drogues.
The crowd here very excited as Dragon Freedom continues to make its way back to planet Earth.
Next up, we'll stand by for the main deployment of the parachutes. The mains are quite a bit larger. You'll be able to notice the difference on your screen once they deploy, and they continue to ensure that.
I thought so, mate. How you doing? Hi, suspicious guys. Yeah, I thought so. It was 138, 139, 137. I always get mixed up with one of them three. Yes, insanity, ain't it, mate? Did you watch this last night? Hello, you. Hello, George. It's just absolutely nuts.
The Dragon spacecraft slows down even further. As we mentioned, Freedom will be traveling 16 miles per hour when it splashes down off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida, here at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time this afternoon. And there we go.
We have visual on
Here we go, folks.
lanes.
That view was from inside.
Freedom copy.
Right, I'm just going to leave the chat. So I'm still here, but I'm not looking at the chat or the screen. Because I just want to get into my channel and put a little poll in.
On those parachutes, and as those main parachutes begin to inflate fully, 4 beautiful, healthy manes. Now awaiting visuals of Splashdown.
Freedom, 1,000.
We'll start to hear Commander Nick Hague.
Copy, 1,000.
As we heard right there, Commander Nick Hague will be calling out the altitude of the Dragon capsule from here on out. Landing in water is simpler and provides more margin against unlikely parachute issues. You can see those parachutes continuing to slow the Dragon capsule down.
And if you're just joining us, you're looking at
800 meters.
a live view of Crew 9, just minutes away from splashing down off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. Splashdown 2 minutes from now at 2:57 p.m. Pacific. We do have 4 healthy mains really doing the job there. Just breathtaking views of a calm, glass-like ocean off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. Crew 9 just minutes away from splashing down.
This is really such an incredible shot.
Copy, 600.
That was a live view from our recovery vessel, Megan, which is stationed a couple miles away from the splashdown site. We can see the crew there using their restraints as resting places for their arms. They were just in space moments ago, so their arms were able to float freely.
They're still not moving. There's been absolutely no movement. So she's just showed them again and said, oh, they can move freely now. I suppose I can understand the sea thing because, you know, it could hit hard floor, couldn't they? Could understand that. But anyway, we're going to keep watching. So when we've seen them just land at... yeah, the poll is up, guys. The poll is up. Please get voting. The results will be at the end. So yeah, so here we go, and they're coming in now, and the tin can that's carrying them is about its parachutes. Have got parachutes on it. Hi, Jenna. It was a quick at the last minute. Hi, Squirrel Sniper. I did want to do this, but I didn't set it up earlier because I wasn't sure if I was going to do the JFK tonight. Thanks, Rach. How you doing, love? But I think we're going to put it back a little bit. Okay, so they're coming down now on parachutes, all right? And thank you, Close to 7. How you doing? And let's not forget that when they were coming in, it was only in infrared, the black and white. Where was that footage being taken from? We should be questioning this. Hi, Linda. Duty free.
400 meters.
Here we go, guys.
This is a gorgeous bluebird day here that we have for the splashdown of Crew.
Look, tone. There's no curve.
9. It's incredible to think that the Dragon capsule just minutes ago was going over 17,000 miles per hour, and now gently coasting to a soft splashdown.
200.
Hi, Gina. They have nappies on, apparently.
Copy, 200 meters. Brace for splashdown.
Honestly, I would have done this last night if I hadn't have been so tired. I would have gone.
As you can see there
live.
on your screen, continuing to monitor progress of the Dragon spacecraft. And we're going to stand by for splashdown, located in the Gulf of America, off the coast.
Here we go.
Of
Now this bit, right? Okay, let's just stop this shit now. Okay, let's stop. Thanks, Jenna. Now, look at the sea. Look at the ocean. Okay, completely flat tone. This is the bit that I was like, why are we watching a film on GB News? Okay, get ready. Now watch the ocean, watch the waves. That's a simulation. That is simulate. Here we go.
And splashdown. Crew 9 back
Look
on
at
Earth.
the water. Look at this, guys. Look at this.
And SpaceX Freedom, splashdown. Good main release.
Copy Splashdown. We see main chutes cut. Nick, Alex, Butch, Sunny.
If this was the real sea, if this was the real ocean, right? First of all, it wouldn't be all perfect and blue. And why do they only keep panning to this one particular area? Now, if this was about a decade or two ago, I would say this was in a giant pool, but now we know they've got AI. So let's keep watching, guys. This is what caught my eye. This is ridiculously, obviously AI, okay?
On behalf of SpaceX, welcome home.
It's got eyes. Look, 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 look. Look, it's got a face.
It is an amazing.
Okay, so this now, all right, George. This now is supposed to be that spaceship. It just doesn't it, Tony? It's so clearly not real. It's AI. They do take us for nincompoops. So,
and as you can see on your screen,
let's
we
listen
have
to what they're
visual
saying.
confirmation of Splashdown. Dragon Freedom has returned home, and NASA astronauts.
System safety verifications are in progress. We'll report
It's got
back.
a face. It has a face. Okay, this egg thing, right? Who's filming this? Is this supposed to be a drone? You got to start questioning who is filming these things. This is terrible, isn't it, Tone Doll? I'm not even sure that this bit is green screen. I think it's complete AI. I don't know, because there's people that come on boats. You might be right. Let's keep watching this thing bobbing up and down. So this is supposed to be those astronauts that didn't look like real. Landed, come through. Do they have to go through the Van Halen belt to go to the space station? I don't think they do they? I don't bloody know. I've never seen a sea like this either. It's got
recovery personnel are en route.
But I'm going to show you in a moment how I'm pretty sure I know that this is how I know this is fake. Now, watch here. Watch the water coming out of it. Why is the water coming out of this? Watch. Why is there a hole in it? If there was a hole in it, wouldn't they all be dead and flooded?
Understand. And we're in section 2, 4.800 landing response. And looking for your word.
Let's get some HD as well, so it should look even better.
In the distance, we can see the recovery vessel making its way.
Copy, you're in section 2 for the environmental assessment in 4.800. That is not necessary today.
You're right, George. What's the matter?
Understand.
Okay, so we are now in perfect HD. We're not in 4K or 2K, but we're in 1080. So it's almost as clear as what I was watching it on my screen on the telly. Now, does that look real to you? And if you watch, there's water coming out of it. Watch.
So we will continue to have communications between the Corps and Nick Hague, the commander of Crew Dragon Freedom, which just splashed down 2 minutes ago off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
That is not carrying those, was it 3 or 4 people? I'm sorry, but they are having us for a laugh. And again, people can believe it, right? My hubby believes, I don't know if he believes in this particular one, but he does believe in it. And we're married somehow still, right? Because we argue about certain things to do with space. We disagree. We don't argue. We disagree. Disagreeing is okay. So this blew my mind. Now, in a minute, what you're going to see is the camera pans to what? Hang on a minute. What's that line there? Is that a cock up there? Look, can you see that line, guys? What's that? There's the ocean, a supposed ocean ending. There's 2 lines there. I don't know if that's in the studio or whether that's part of the AI, but that's not looking good. So in a minute, you're going to see pan to like a different view that is clearly in water. Right, 33 likes, Illuminati confirmed. Please hit the like, guys. Healthy discourse, says my hubby. Yeah. So what we're going to see in a minute is them pan to what looks like really water. Yeah, it's a glitch. You can see it. Look, a CGI glitch. What are the lines? And there's something going on. It looks like a lake to me. And there is some sort of water activity going on in this body of water they're going to show in a minute. That's real. That's not AI. And then they go back to this thing again. No adult, any adult who believes this is real needs, I agree. So watch this bit now, okay? So this there bobbing about.
Dragon Freedom has returned home with NASA
and we've got to
astronauts
have
Nick
the voice.
Cage,
Yeah,
Sunny
Dragon.
Williams, Butch
Yeah, who was it who
Wilmore,
said
and
that? Dragon.
Roscosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov.
Okay, so
They're
those
back on
lines
Earth
have gone,
after
but when you pause it, you can get those
approximately
glitchy
17 hours
lines,
of a
guys.
return journey
So does anyone want to tell me what those lines were? I've just accidentally caught their fake crap.
from space.
Where's the water coming out of it? Okay, so in a minute, let's just the boats arrive now. So let's watch. Here we go. Here's the speedboats coming. And then in a minute, it gets even worse. Just keep watching.
They were fast. While it does take about 30 minutes for the main recovery vessel to make its way over to the capsule, these fast boats will be doing a couple of things simultaneously. A couple of them are going to be working to retrieve the parachutes that you see in the background there of this drone shot.
What was going on yesterday in the news in America, by the way, that they wanted to distract from? That's the question. Because this was perfect afternoon viewing. Here come the mermaids and dolphins as well.
Those parachutes will be retrieved from the ocean surface. We want to make sure we are able to pull those out. The recovery vessel there closest to the spacecraft is going to be performing some safety checks. We can see there they're using an instrument that is basically working to detect if there are any hypergolic vapors or fumes that are still residing in and or around the Draco thruster nozzles or outlets. The hypergolic
So, did you hear that? Draco, dragon. And they've actually called it dragon. It's Draco. It's insanity. Hi, Nikki. Thanks for joining me last night I did a video premiere of this and it was just insane. Hi, Blackjack. They are vandalizing Tesla car. It's insanity. It's the paid agitators or provocateurs, as I like to call them, that are doing it. It's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. No, they loved him a couple of years ago. They loved Elon Musk. Now he's the baddie. They need to start looking at Mr. Masturbates and seeing what he's up to. So here we go. So
which is necessary for on-orbit burns to
notice there's only one feed allowed, and that's NASA. So NASA sell this to all the news stations all over the world. Nobody else is allowed a drone there. I know, Brum Vixen. Yeah, the left just get violent if they don't agree with you. It's nuts. It's a shame because the actual real left aren't like this. It's been taken over by the globalists. They're taking over the right as well. Look at the Conservative Party.
Spacecraft. Unfortunately, those hypergolics are unable to be breathed. They are toxic, and so this team here is doing those initial safety checks to make sure.
Right, so they're toxic, and they're saying they've let this go in the ocean, even though, hi David, hi Lance, they've just said that this stuff is toxic. They're testing for. So what about the poor fish around it? And then the fact that these dolphins come, it just tops it off for me.
That it is safe for the rest of the recovery team to approach the spacecraft. They're also checking to make sure that any residuals from the pyros are safe and are not going to cause any issues. We can see the team working their way around the spacecraft to do these basically these sniff tests on all of those Draco thrusters.
Does this look real, guys?
And as we continue to await the recovery of our Dragon spacecraft with NASA astronauts Nick Hague, Sonny Williams, Butch Wilmore, and
honestly, I wish I'd done this live. I really do. I weren't so tired. You can imagine though, if we watched this live and a big, massive, great white came over and just chomped on one of these boats.
Cosmos cosmonaut Alexander Gorbanov inside. Dragon has continuously, autonomously completed several steps to safe itself following splashdown. We are continuing to see Dragon in what is known as stable 1 configuration.
That ocean does not look real to me. That ocean is fake. Yeah, sniff test with a little stick. Of course not, Gina. So we're going to go to, well, they do, but they switch the camera, right? So what we're going to do now, okay, we're going to
successfully re-entered the Earth's atmosphere, followed by
we're going to
deployment
show
of its
them when they
parachutes
first
to
pan
slow
the
the
camera
spacecraft
away to what looks like a, hang on, there's a little man climbing on now. Hold on, here we go.
For every Dragon spacecraft, when it returns to Earth, it's just an initial check-in, make sure everybody is doing okay.
So this is supposed to have just been flying at 17,000 miles an hour, and it's supposed to have just landed in the water. Now, wouldn't that be red hot? Now, the little man is climbing on there to look in the window and go, "Hiya, cooey, anybody there?"
They will also have another check-in with the flight surgeon once they are on board that recovery vessel that you see there in the background. We can now see that SpaceX recovery team member. They're on top of the Dragon spacecraft. They are going to be working to install plugs in the Draco thrusters to ensure that none of those,
this bit, now watch this bit now. So there's CGI or whatever this is, in my opinion. Again, I'm not saying I'm right. You guys can disagree. Some people might believe in this. That's totally up to you. So now it crashes, right? And then we switch it to what looks like a real body of water. Okay, so this is crash. It's frozen. Look,
and
there
to
we
ensure
go.
that no more
right, so watch that then.
Fumes
Here we go.
right,
so watch
from the spacecraft.
now, okay?
They'll also place. We can now see that SpaceX recovery team member. They're on top of the Dragon spacecraft.
Look,
they are going to be working to install plugs in the Draco thrusters to ensure that none of those ensure that no more hyperbolic fumes or vapors come out.
What we're looking at right now is, I think, it's like a swimming pool or something. I think this is real people. Here we go. Now, to me, it looks like a Loch Ness Monster. That there is supposed to be the same footage from a different angle of what we were just looking at, guys. Oh, really, Lance? Okay. So this is supposed to be the same. You couldn't make this up. I don't know what you guys think of this, but this to me is a real body of water with people in there doing some sort of activity. Yeah. This is a real body of water, not a green screen. And look at the difference. Look at what actual real footage looks like of people in the water. And then in a minute, it'll pan back to that AI thing again.
Recovery personnel, both the main recovery vessel, Megan, as well as some of those fast boats that we've discussed previously. It looks like just a beautiful day there out off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida. Weather was pristine. We were able to get undocked from the International Space Station as expected at 10:05 p.m. Pacific time yesterday evening. And Crew Dragon has since completed steps ahead of its splashdown at 2:57 p.m. Pacific, and we're now stepping through procedures to get Dragon hoisted up onto the Megan recovery vessel and get the crew extracted out of the spacecraft. And you did see some of the parachutes that were near the spacecraft. Upon detection of landing, Dragon automatically releases those main parachutes to prevent wind from pulling the spacecraft. Dragon then automatically safes any pyrotechnics that may still be present on the vehicle and may automatically perform additional minor system reconfigurations. The astronauts will remain seated and in their suits at this point, but the onboard air conditioning keeps things temperature controlled inside the spacecraft so the crew remains comfortable, and the communication systems.
Freedom, SpaceX, ComCheck.
SpaceX, this is Freedom.
Copy that, Freedom. Have you loud and clear as well, and Dragon to ground is no longer private.
Understand, thank you.
As we saw there on the screen, we have a couple of fast boats in the recovery fleet that have quickly moved into the splashdown location. They are being followed by one of the main recovery vessels, which will move into position.
Okay, now this is real water now, all right? The reason why they're doing the black and white is because that's real. That is real water. They're switching between it to try and make it real. Then they're going back to the fake AI. Now, just while we're here, hi, Bren, just while we're here, I'm going to just switch. I'm going to go back to it, don't worry, but I'm just coming off this a minute and I'm just going to show you. Hi, Jan. How you doing, love? We're just having a quick one. We're just having a quick chat about that last night. So for those of you, okay, who haven't seen this before, have a look at this. Right, so forget that snake. This is the NASA logo, right? This is it. These two, look at this. It is a serpent's tongue, guys. This is a serpent's tongue for the NASA logo. They think we're stupid. They're calling their little spaceships Draco, Dragon, and they're telling you this is all, it's nuts, it's satanic, it's messed up. And again, people might disagree with me, but we are on the Curious Bunny. If I was on Penny Bunny, I wouldn't be talking about this because this is my conspiracy channel, if you want to call it that. But that there is a blatant tongue. And what do you think? Do you think that looks, that's what everybody, it's not just this guy, it's all the, if you put NASA serpent in, you will get these images. So if that is not meant to be a serpent's tongue, then why are these two red lines? This is actually the official logo. That bit not, but here, it's a split tongue. They're not hiding it from you. They're showing you. They show you what they are doing, but it's in plain sight. Your eyes are wide shut, folks. Right, let's get back onto this. So this is them docking now. Okay. Now this is the reason why they're panning is because this is a real body of water. Right. This is clearly a real body of water. Let's just remind ourselves a minute ago of what this is supposed to be. Let's just remind ourselves. Okay.
In and or around the Draco.
So this was it. This is supposed to be the same body of water.
The hypergolic fuel, which is necessary for on-orbit.
No actual big waves, no gust of wind blowing the water a different way. Beautiful blue, and then speedboat comes, and then we pan to this.
Go ahead, Sandra.
Continuing to get some views
which is real
of the
water.
recovery personnel. Both
and then we get to this.
We're automatically detached from the Dragon spacecraft upon splashdown.
And it will take a little over 10 minutes for the recovery crew to complete their safety checks. Once complete, the team will begin preparing Dragon to be lifted. And as you see, they are preparing for that to take place at this point. As part of the preparation for this lift, one member.
Okay, so for those people that were asking why they showed that bit of water, that's because of this bit. This bit's
As
real
time on
now.
top
This
of
is
the
a
spacecraft
real.
already, so they
Whether
can
this
attach
is actually a
Dragon's hoist
boat,
rings
I
to
don't
connect to the
know.
lifting
But
line.
this is real,
It will
people.
take us less
This
than
is
an hour to
probably a
raise
swimming
Dragon
pool
to
in a
the recovery
studio.
boat and
I
remove
don't
the crew
know. Or
from
it
the
could be a real
spacecraft.
ship on the
After
ocean
medical checkouts,
or in
the
a big
crew will
lake.
return to
But this
land
is
within
real.
4 hours
These are
by
real people,
helicopter. And if
in
no
my
additional
opinion.
medical assistance is
And
needed,
then
the crew will
they're
board
gonna
a waiting
dock
NASA
this
plane
tin
and head
can
for Houston.
egg-shaped thing in a minute. Okay, keep watching. We're back to this
those
again.
drogue chutes, and this was quickly followed by 4 healthy white and orange main parachutes. We then tracked Dragon all the way down as it slowly propelled into the ocean, and I think I speak for all of us on this.
Exactly, Jane. Sorry, Jan. As soon as it hit the water, this water was coming out of it. That wouldn't. Why would there be water coming out of it? It doesn't make any sense, does it?
Ship when I say a new core memory was made today, and we are looking forward to having Crew 9 on board with us a little later.
Jaden, that is amazing. Now, obviously, we are watching it here on camera, and the landing conditions look pretty good, but how was it from your perspective? What is the sea state out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've had optimal conditions for Splashdown, and today it is sunny and 63 degrees outside right now with clear skies, light winds, and calm seas. The sea looks absolutely beautiful right now, and light blue with the sun reflecting from it. And Kay, I think the crew's going to like what they feel weather-wise on this picture-perfect day.
I wasn't live last night, Jan. I did just a 2-minute video. It was only a short video on it, and I premiered it. But I didn't actually show. I wasn't live or anything like that.
Splashdown off the coast of Tallahassee.
Thanks so much, Jaden. It certainly looks like a beautiful day. Can you tell us a little bit about the journey of the recovery forces to get to this point?
Sure. So one unique aspect of this recovery was the onboard training on station conducted for Butch and Sunny to ensure they were ready to return on a Dragon spacecraft. That training covered all aspects of their return, including nominal and contingency departures, deorbit burns, splashdown, and post-landing ops, which is what this team is preparing for now. As for the recovery teams themselves, we start.
So they're pumping gas in. AI is saying it's some sort of gas. So they're pumping gas into the ocean then and polluting all the fish and killing all the dolphins. We haven't. Have we had the dolphins visit yet? I don't think we have we? Have we gone past that? Let's not forget, guys, that the dolphins come and say hello.
Started the day taking a series of helicopters.
Don't know if
out to
they've
the
come
vessel.
yet. Let me just go forward a bit.
They will then head to the med bay, and after those medical checks, they will get on that first helicopter out and arrive at the airport, where they will then board a NASA
good
plane
drone, isn't
and
it?
then head back to Houston, Texas.
Who's taking these pictures? If this is real, because it's fake, David Haynes. If this is real, who's taking these pictures? This is just blatantly fake. AI, remind me, I've got to go and edit my shopping.
At the Johnson Space Center to begin their post-flight period. And we're eager to see the Crew 9 astronauts back on Earth, and we'll keep you updated on every moment of this process.
Polluting
With that, I'll toss
then.
it back over to you guys in Hawthorne.
Thank you so much. That was Jaden Jennings, NASA Public Affairs Officer.
Oh, yeah, Nikki, it gets better because after I made that video last night, the dolphins come over in a minute.
Freedom Splashdown firsthand from the recovery vessel. Megan, thanks so much, Jaden. So we are continuing to get these great views on our screen here of Freedom. As we mentioned, it splashed down at 2:57 p.m. Pacific time off the coast of Tallahassee, Florida.
The way that whatever camera or whatever that was supposed to be moved then, that is blatant CGI.
The recovery personnel are continuing to step through procedures to hoist Dragon onto the recovery vessel Megan there, which is now coming into view. You can see just how close Megan is at this point. And that's that helicopter pad that Jaden was just discussing.
Megan,
where
remember that film Megan with the little robot evil doll, possessed doll? Megan and Dragon. The dolphins aren't here yet, are they? We've not missed the dolphins, have we?
Off of onto the coast of Florida, and then eventually they'll fly back to Houston.
Just underneath that helicopter pad is that translation deck where we will see
the helicopter. There'd be waves in the water, and you'd hear it. even if they turn the audio off. This was a helicopter filming this. Like, this can't be a helicopter because look how close it is. There's no way that this is a helicopter filming
for
that.
all of us on the ship when I say a new core memory was made today, and we are looking forward to having Crew 9 on board with us a little later.
So I want the dolphins to come.
Pacific time.
To pulling the
Here
capsule
we go.
out of the
Here's
water.
the dolphins,
It will then,
guys, okay?
Where we will see
Let's wait for the
the
dolphins.
nest once it is loaded up with the Dragon spacecraft on board. The nest will be translated to the forward end of the recovery vessel, and that is where our Crew 9
Here we go.
Team members will egress from the Dragon spacecraft. Now, here on your screen, we can see dolphins, actually.
Now, if this was real and there was gases coming out of this tin can, why would the dolphins be around it? The dolphins would be off away from the chemicals that are apparently coming out of this thing. If it's gas coming out of it, pouring out of it, which I don't see how, because it was pouring out, it was clearly water. But if this is gas, why are the dolphins swimming up to it? Thank you. It makes no sense.
Hypergolic fuel.
Oh, right. Oh.
Right. And it's dead movements, but it's extremely good at making a bang. Right. When you mix it together, you don't need an ignition source. You just mix two types together. It makes a bang. Yeah. So it's really good for chemical rockets. So what they do when they've got the thing down safely, anything that's left in the tanks is just drained out into the sea. Really not very nice, but they just get.
So why would the dolphins be going up to it then?
Because it's probably diluted by so much by that point. If you notice, the dolphins aren't there at the moment while it's gone in.
Yeah,
because a lot of time after it's gone, and
about 10 minutes after.
Exactly, the dolphins have come along because it's all cleared away by then.
So but you don't think this is CGI then?
It looks legit to me.
Right. Okay.
Who want to come and play with Dragon. Now, one of the fast boats there in place, working to assist the recovery team member. It's
Dolphins
incredible.
Have come
I
to
just
play.
love these views. We really see them even better in daytime. But just seeing the recovery team work in tandem to step through each step, to step through each operation. Obviously they're getting quick assists from the honorary part of the recovery team, those dolphins in the water there. Now the recovery crew team.
Did you see that there? Watch this dolphin down here. Watch its movements.
The recovery team member, it's incredible. I just love these views. We really see them even better in daytime. But just seeing the recovery team work in tandem to step through each step, to step through each operation. Obviously they're getting quick assists from the honorary part of the recovery team, those dolphins in the water there. Now the recovery team member that is crawling around the Dragon spacecraft. Earlier we saw a view where it was like a spider monkey pose. We can see that individual now standing in the bucket where the main parachutes were stored while Dragon was on orbit. Obviously, those main parachutes were utilized for Splashdown today. They were deployed and cut from the Dragon capsule. And one of the fast boats, one of the other fast boats of the recovery team, working basically a basket. We call it the nest, Dragon nest, where that's where the capsule will be placed in order for it to be translated to the forward end of the vessel and for the astronauts to egress.
And before that does take place, we'll have potentially views of the rigger go ahead and jump off of the spacecraft there.
58 minutes already.
That typically occurs when the spacecraft is a little bit closer to.
So it's coming in now. The
recovery vessel, the Dragon, and we usually get a really good view of that.
And the recovery vessel being used today is, as we mentioned multiple times, is named Megan, but that's actually after NASA astronaut Megan MacArthur, who flew on Crew 2 a couple of years ago.
Here we go.
We're getting some views now from actually inside the boat.
Yeah, you're exactly right. This view is straight down the recovery vessel. That platform that was closest to the camera, that is the egress platform.
Freedom, rigging is almost complete. Approximately 5 minutes until capsule lift.
Great news there from SpaceX Core.
You see that man just jump off
So
it
about
then?
5 minutes
See
left
that?
until we see Dragon Freedom get lifted. That hydraulic arm, as I said before, is the mechanism that will lift it. It's quite swift, actually, the whole process of getting the spacecraft.
Brace for capsule lift.
Get ready for it.
Bracing.
Oh no, we missed it.
Freedom being lifted out of the water and onto our recovery vessel, Megan.
This is a massive distraction. Hi, free speech. What was going on yesterday is the question. In America, this is massive American news. So it's big here. So I can imagine the American news channels are all covering this. What happened yesterday did they want to distract from? This drone, all of a sudden, it's not as perfect anymore. So if that was a drone when it was blatant CGI, but if that was a drone, then why is it now? This is obviously really a drone filming this now. Why is this? No, JFK tomorrow night, Luce. JFK is the JFK files have been released, but there are hundreds of pages. I started looking through them. Yeah, I sent you a message. I said, quick one tonight and tomorrow JFK, as it's so vast. So you got to wonder what was going on yesterday. But I know it's the shape as well. It's like a Dalek type thing. Thank you. Cheers. Can you wake the dogs up? Because they're asleep again. Come on. It's all right, Luce. You're all right, darling. It is. And again, it's going to be, I'll do a really quick overview of it because there's too much there to go through. It's taking people a long time. How you doing, free speech? Have you got your dates yet for next month? Look at this. This is a drone. That was a drone. Could you see the difference? That was an actual drone. That we were meant to believe was a drone before was perfect, no movement. The real drone is all over the place.
So once securely on.
Welcome aboard the recovery vessel. Recovery personnel are completing final checks and stand by for translation to the egress platform.
Dragon recovered on recovery vessel.
Great. I'll see.
Look at the drone. Again, that was obviously CGI because why is the drone all of a sudden, the real drone, all over the place?
Operations.
There are people that believe this. My husband believes it. My husband's an engineer. He's not a stupid man, right? And he understands things that I don't, like the gas thing. He knows it all. Free speech has met my husband multiple times. He's a very intelligent guy, isn't he? But it's okay saying that this is what they say it is. But I don't believe it. There is still redacted stuff, but there's still a lot in there, Miss Pipco, and there's people arguing over it on Twitter, saying that there's nothing new. There actually is. They've actually there's still bits missing though. There are still bits missing.
Are continuing to progress. The nest where the Dragon spacecraft is located is going to move forward. This will happen after one of the recovery crew members does some checks, and we'll also see some hosing. Obviously, the spacecraft splashed down in salt water. Salt water is corrosive, and we want to try and rinse out as much of the salt water as possible to reduce that corrosion on the metallic structures. So we can see some guidance there being provided, really steering the spacecraft properly into the Dragon's nest.
And it's been 30 minutes since Dragon Splashdown, and as you can see there, the spacecraft is already
all of this
on
is in
board the
30
recovery
minutes,
vessel.
guys.
Megan,
All of it.
things continue to
Just
move
adding in
very
the
smoothly
membership if you
today
want to join
throughout
it.
the entire operations from
The
deorbit
membership, you
burn,
can join it on
up
here or
until this point
Ko-fi.
as well.
Some
And
people have
Freedom, it looks
joined
like
both. It's
the
totally up to
positioning wasn't
you.
quite right,
Members
so they
only
are
live
working on
streams coming
repositioning the
up.
capsule in
It's
the nest
either going
now.
to be tomorrow or Friday. We're off out somewhere. Not sure where yet, and I don't want to say yet anyway because there's
And
too
with
many
that, the team is
weirdos
just going to adjust
around
the Dragon
stalkers on
spacecraft a bit
YouTube.
so that it's in the right
But
position
either
ahead of
tomorrow or
translating a
Friday,
little bit
we're going to be
closer
going off
ahead of the side hatch. So the team is
uh,
now going to step through the procedure
somewhere and doing a
ensure that
members
that takes
only
place.
live stream. So if you want to be part of the members only live stream, there's the link to become a member. It's $2.99, or you can join the Ko-fi, which I think starts at £3.
We want to make sure that the
And what I'm going to be doing is I'll be dropping the link to the members only live stream for the Ko-fi crew, and for the memberships. So we're going to be on location this is on the other channel, not on here. And then obviously we'll be doing some sort of churches and stuff. That'll be on this channel. Oh, Alan Edge, how kind. Look, he's just gifted 5 memberships. Oh, wow. Beauty Calling got one. Nick got one. How kind. Thank you. Oh, how lovely is that? Well, congratulations to everyone who's just been gifted a membership by Alan Edge. That's really kind, that. Charlie Biggle. I've not heard of some of these people, though. It just shows there's people watching who don't comment. How lovely. Charlie and Ivan Lee, Nick, and Beauty Calling. How kind. Oh, thank you. Oh, one night. Oh, really, Jan? Oh, wow. Could meet up for a cuppa. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? Okay, so
situated in the nest.
Here we go.
Just making.
I had to talk about this, guys. Here we go. The ladder's going in now, folks.
It's been an honor.
Let's listen.
This is a pretty exciting moment coming up. We are working to open the side hatch. One thing that may not be obvious from, just looking at the spacecraft here is that this side hatch that we're about to open, the last time it was open was when this spacecraft was at the launch pad. This side hatch is what is used for initial capsule ingress.
It's so true. Hi, Bad Gambler. How you doing? Tone Doll makes a really good comment of the night, I think we've got there. Dragon's egg is here, isn't it? Spot on, my friend. Bad Gamblers joined the house. Good to see you, my friend. It's, to be fair, Pendle Hill is the other side of the country. To me, it's on the west, and I'm on the east. There are a lot of weird, spooky places here, like Hole of Holcombe, we could go to, and there's loads and loads of UFO activity over there. I'm good, thanks, bud. How are you? How you doing, Jenna? Jan Rocks. Oh, I thought Jan had changed her name then to Jan Rocks. We could do that, actually. Right, so here we go, guys. Let's watch this now. That the hole is opening. Yeah, I did like that Most Haunted live, though, about, what was it, about 18 years ago. I can't believe where the years have gone. Here we go, guys. We're now hatching the egg. Audio's gone again. I've got it on full, so they've turned their audio off. The crew egress. Look at this,
and
guys.
If you are just joining us, it has not yet even been an hour. A crew will actually egress or exit the spacecraft, but before that, they'll continue to, the recovery personnel rather will continue to install that protective area around the hatch and then remove the footrests. So we're a couple minutes away from seeing the crew egress, but not too long away.
I don't believe in aliens, Terry Knowles Band again. I don't believe in little green men from outer space. That's the thing. I think there's other birthing noises. I think that there's many reasons for why there are other interdimensionals, or they're coming from the sea. I don't believe in flying saucers. Flying saucers was invented by Hollywood in the 50s. After the World War II, they needed to distract the American public, and they made a load of films with these spaceship flying saucers. It all started after the Roswell thing. If you look into it, it's all there. It all started with some movies, some black and white movies, the old alien movies. They're great movies. And that's where the flying saucer thing come from. I don't believe that there are flying plates coming through space with little green men on. I do believe there are other non-human entities, and I don't know where they're coming from, or I don't know. We've all got our own theories. But here we go. We're watching it now. So we've got 66 watching. Hit the like, guys. 65. Hit the like. Enjoy the content. And let's have a little chill. And thank you again to Alan Edge for the memberships. And don't forget, guys, if you want to buy your membership, it's pinned. You can join us for our members only live stream. AI, I know we were going to go tomorrow, but I think we should go Friday, because Friday's going to be nice. And also we've got to take George to the vets tomorrow for his nails. So we'll do that and then we'll go Friday. It'll be on the other channel, guys, but the link will be going to specific people only. The link to the private members only live stream, you guys will see wherever I am, you'll find out first. So tomorrow, Friday, keep an eye on your Ko-fi membership and on the, hi Steve, and on the members area on this channel for the link. Okay. Hi Lottie. Did Eden camp? Really? So we're going to be on location somewhere naturey. I don't know if it's going to be the coast or it's going to be a nature reserve. We haven't decided yet. But we're going to be off out. And free speech, there's so many places we need to go. Obviously, I just wish you could move up here. I know you can't yet, but I can't wait till you do, because we can just ring you up and say, right, you're free today. Let's go off to Flamborough, or let's go to North Cave wetlands as well. There's full of rare birds. It's a nature reserve. It's fantastic. I've never been, but it looks brilliant. We want to go there as well. So much to do.
We'll probably see those footrests being handed out here in the near future, as I mentioned before. Of course, we got to get a well-documented photo of the moment.
Here we go, guys.
Although we can't see it from here, I'm pretty sure there are 4 smiles on board right now.
And we did hear that report out from the commander, Nick Hague, following Splashdown, that there were four smiles as far as he could see.
Yeah, capsule full of grins. Now, generally speaking,
and
here we go.
And there we do see Crew 9, some happy waves, smiles.
What you're seeing now is supposed to be inside that egg. That is supposed to be in the egg. Tony, would you be up for meeting me in Free Speech then and going to that Dane's Dyke or somewhere when she's up next month? That'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, Brid. Love a bit of Brid. So this is supposed to be the inside the egg. It's like a TARDIS, apparently. Okay.
All around, back on Earth.
I'm going to be getting something to eat after, so if I don't reply straight away, that's why. Awesome tone.
Generally speaking, we have the individuals in the 2 center seats of the spacecraft exit first. You might hear us refer to this as the exit process as egress.
Yeah,
it's just another term for exiting
that crash. The tanker and that's another weird one. They're blaming it on the Russians again, the Russian captain. But regardless, they've just ruined the water near me, so it's all spills now. The puffins are due sort of like May to come over, and there's a lot of rare seabirds on that Flamborough along the northeast coast there, and the damage that has been done, it is just disgusting. It is shocking, the state of the sea there. I don't know if you guys heard of this, but yeah, I'll probably cover that on the other channel actually. Hi Peaky.
The spacecraft, generally speaking, we most of the time have the 2 center seats egress first, as it makes moving around inside the capsule a little bit easier.
On this channel, I'm not subbed. Just subbed again. Yeah, sub to free speech if you like, sort of Sky.
We can see the tablets that were previously located on the upper leg of the crew members. We can see those being handed out to the recovery team. Those were taken off prior to the entry phase, to spacecraft reentry. Those had to be stored and secured.
We'll do another 10 and then we go in. I just want to see these people come out. Here they are. So they're going to pull them out now. Okay.
It looks like we are starting to see the footrests also be removed. I just saw one there on the screen. There are 4, of course, 1 for each crew member.
Those footrests are made out of carbon fiber and are actually sized appropriately for each crew member, as everybody has different measurements and different leg lengths. Same goes for the armrests and the bucket length of each seat. We size those appropriately for the crew members and to ensure their comfort and safety. I believe we just saw the little ramp that is used to help slide the crew members out from inside the spacecraft.
And once the crew does exit Dragon Freedom, they will be placed on to a structure to go to a medical bay for medical checkouts. This is standard procedure for all Dragon spacecraft flights that Splashdown crewed, as well as for our Soyuz spacecraft that land in Kazakhstan.
Oh, thanks everyone for subbing to free speech.
We could see the exterior of Dragon Freedom quite clearly in this shot. And
well done.
It's such a beautiful sight.
Thanks everyone.
I personally prefer the capsule when it has some of that charring from atmospheric reentry. It is the signature sign of a capsule that has returned to Earth.
Station, which celebrates 25 years.
Here we go. This was real.
We can see folks on board clapping as our first crew member.
Shut up. You wouldn't be able to
stand up.
And
that is NASA astronaut Nick Hague, commander of Crew 9.
Floppy.
Now out of Crew Dragon Freedom.
Guys, he's actually got wellies on. Look, there actually are wellies.
Some smiles, thumbs up, and a wave. Can't get any better than that.
Yeah, that is one happy camper, that's for sure.
He wouldn't be able to wave his arms either.
As we said before, it is standard procedure for all of our long-duration crew members to receive assistance upon egressing from the spacecraft. We basically help them move off of the recovery deck and into the private medical quarters for their initial consultation with the SpaceX flight surgeon. So we'll see that take place for all 4 of our crew members today.
Israel have gone back into Gaza. Can't help themselves, can they? Birthing pod. Sonny will be 59. 60. A 60-year-old in space. So we've got some more coming out now. I need to flick through it. Another one waving. Look, Russian. Get the yank out. Sorry, American out first. Don't want to offend our American friends.
2 crew members remaining in Dragon are
2 remaining in Dragon. Here we go.
We're getting some views of him now as he egresses or exits the spacecraft.
Oh, he's a big one. And he's working for NASA, look. He's a big one. They've got wellies. There's no way they've muted it. He would not be able to stand up and wave like that because if you've not moved 9 months apart from floating around, right, your muscles will have wasted away. I've got to move this on now because I need to get gone. But oh, they've cut the camera footage. Look, how long did they cut it for? They cut it completely. Right, so the last one come out here. Why haven't they filmed him close up like the others? Interesting. Where's the audio?
There we have it. Some
no
waves,
way
some
your
thumbs
arm
up,
would be
and
like
some
that.
smiles.
You'd have no muscle mass in your arms.
Definitely seems to be a theme among all recovery operations.
You would be, guys, honestly, if you hadn't
Absolutely.
moved, you'd only
And of
floated
course,
with
that
no
leaves
gravity,
NASA
if you want to call
astronaut
it
Butch
that.
Wilmore
And
inside Dragon.
your muscle mass
C4.
would just be gone. Yeah. You'd just be a flop and you wouldn't be able to lift your arm like that. Yeah, Amethyst is correct. They have to learn to walk again. You wouldn't be able to just fly your arm up in the air and give a wave like that. And they've actually got wellies on. They've got wellies on. Hi, Richard. Oh, how you doing, my friend? Good night, Jan, my love. God bless, sweetie.
Once again,
I don't know what you think about this, Richard, but it's nuts.
And cheers there from Butch Wilmore, as we mentioned before, returning.
Why is the audio
Earth
gone?
from
nice round of
from
applause from
environment
clapping themselves for lifting them out.
So it is
that it?
Customary standard procedure for all of our long-term space
Where's
residents.
the audio? Oh, I've turned it down.
Since once they are back on board the recovery vessel.
So they're all out now, guys. Then we're back to ground control.
And that occurred at 2:11 p.m. Pacific, 5:11 p.m. Eastern time.
NASA
And that
females,
Dragon on its path home.
you know, long blonde hair, you know, makeup, perfect looking. They look like 2 newsreaders, not 2 NASA employees. And then it ends, and then we get a press conference.
The International Space Station program, the Commercial Crew program, and SpaceX came up with the plan that we just witnessed. The Crew 10 launch last week, the docking over the weekend, the undock early today, and then the landing that we just witnessed. So just an incredible amount of inputs that you get to pull all that together in order to have a successful operation. I want to tell you, we want to thank the Crew 9 team and the ground teams for their dedication to excellence, their resilience, their flexibility during this expedition, everything they did to have a successful expedition, as you have all witnessed. SpaceX has been an incredible partner for us. And it shows the benefits of the commercial public-private partnership that we have. So they just been a huge.
Clear skies, real low winds, maybe 3 or 4 knots of wind, and really calm seas. You could see the dolphins swimming around the capsule, which was kind of incredible. SpaceX had a nice drone aircraft flying around and taking footage, and that was just incredible. As I said, the ops team just did a phenomenal job over the weekend, pulling in the landing to get the crew home sooner and take advantage of this great weather opportunity. Really appreciate the versatility of SpaceX.
So that's
the
it,
ISS
really.
program, commercial crew program, and
I'm going to stop it there. And let's just remind ourselves, guys, let's just go back in time to this. All right. Let's go back in time to that. That is supposed to be what they came out of. What would be a good one? I've missed a lot, it seems. Anyway, I'm going to end it there, guys. I don't know how you feel about this. Let's have a quick look at our poll. See what our poll says. It was just a quick catch up, really. I just wanted a quick chat because I just wanted to see what you guys thought of this. So we've got, did this tin can really carry people from space? Lol was the question. And we had 27% say yes. And we had 74 saying no. There was 57 votes. So that's quite a lot. So thank you so much to everyone who voted. Now, the JFK files, the thing is, right, there's been previous releases. There's been multiple releases. Biden did one in 2023. But a lot of it was redacted, and the current release, it has got stuff in there that isn't in the other one, because the stuff that was whited out in the Biden release compared to the Trump release. So there are new bits, but there's still nothing in there that says that this Lee Harvey Oswald wasn't the shooter. There's nothing saying that there was an extra shooter. So there's nothing that I can say to you that there's definitely two shooters. Now, I'll give you more information tomorrow, but I genuinely believe that they've blatantly lied. They lie now in 2025. They're lying to us like we've just witnessed, in my opinion, anyway. And according to 75% of you, 74% of you, don't believe that just happened, really, really from space. But you imagine what they were doing in 63. You imagine, like, they didn't have the internet to worry about. They didn't have, like, not many people had colour TVs. Poor people, some poor people didn't have a telly. If they did, they had a black and white one. And it was pretty, I don't think even colour TVs were out then, actually. So people would gather round. There'd be like one person in every few houses that might have had a telly. They'd be gathered around it. They could get away with absolutely anything back then, and there'd be nobody to hold them to account. Like now, it'd be all over the internet. So I think there is a lot in there. That's raised what white. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, hit the like, guys. I'm going to get off now. We've been going for an hour and a half. I did really want to jump on and have a chat about that last night, because I did promise you guys that I was going to do that when in my premiere. I says we need to discuss this. But I do, yeah, George Bush Sr. was head of the CIA when JFK was shot. That is very, very true. There is so much to unpack regarding the JFK assassination, and there's not just the shooter, and I was saying this to Al earlier, there is a lot of other things in them files. There's a lot of stuff in there relating. Now, they're talking about the Cuban, hello, Bev, the Cuban Missile Crisis, for example. Now, the Soviets were arming the Cubans, who are another, just sub to you, Bev, I weren't subbed on this one. They were arming the Cubans, another communist state. So there's a lot of this going on as well. There's a lot of outside influence that they're talking about, different operations. Do you remember Operation Northwood? We covered that a couple of years ago on this channel. And Operation Northwood if you haven't seen it, it was an operation. It was official. It was declassified a few years ago. So we know it really happened by the CIA, and the American government were planning on hurting its own citizens to blame the Cubans to start a war. It is all there. And it got clear. This operation was passed by multiple generals and people in the military in the USA. It got to, I think it got passed by everybody. It got to JFK and he said, no, we are not going to kill or maim our own people. And it never happened. And that was just before he got shot. And I think people, so they're looking at the shooter, who I think was just, he could have been, the MK Ultra could have been involved. Again, that's been proven as real. We've had the real release of the CIA. That isn't a conspiracy anymore. It could have, you know, there's lots and lots of things, but you've got to look at why they wanted him dead, not just the shooter. And he was not playing ball with the military at the time. Anyway, I'm going to go. So we'll be talking about that tomorrow night. Be doing little bits and pieces. It's all right, Brev. I've not, to be honest with you, I've only just started coming on again. He was shot on the 22nd. Right, I'm just reading this from Tony. He was shot on the 22nd day of the 11th month on the 33rd parallel. What is the 33rd parallel? What does that mean? Bush Senior was CIA in the Reagan era. He was Bush Senior was definitely involved in the CIA. I don't know if he was head of it when JFK got killed. I know that for a fact. It's always 33 as well, isn't it? Anyway, guys, you take care. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for all your input as well. What you think about this space thing coming to land, this dragon egg. And it's really good hearing everybody's views. Anyway, we'll see you all very, very soon. Nope, says AI. Right, okay, well, we can look into that after. I'm sure we'll have it ready for tomorrow night. Take care, guys. God bless. Lots of love. Bye.